I'd like to talk about this victimhood mentality and tactic. It's not just a mentality, it's a tactic that is used by the LeBron James regime and the Donald Trump regime. Both of these guys do terrible, disgusting, unrespectable, questionable puts it nicely, but they both violate laws in different ways. LeBron James violates the rules of basketball. Trump violates international and national law and keeps trying to overturn the Constitution that his own followers have stenciled on their fucking giant, stupid MAGA trucks. And now they're going to have to re-stencil them because the guy that they worship, because he's going to represent the Constitution, is changing the Constitution, and all of a sudden you don't have a problem with it. Let me focus on LeBron James for a little bit, because his fanboys and his media machine will always present him as the victim. Like, no one's ever faced more scrutiny than LeBron James. He's judged differently, as Rich Paul recently said on his own LeBron James propaganda podcast. I mean, how about that? Let's start there. All the different shows that LeBron James has, or that are even his own, or are shows that are under his production umbrella, how's that not deserve scrutiny? While he's playing, he is out there engaging in tampering, trying to influence what happens, decisions made by different teams, talking shit about players, making excuses, rewriting history. How many of his shows are just about making excuses? You don't think that deserves scrutiny? In what way is that not worthy of being questioned? His weird tweets, some are so weird that he has to delete them. I mean, the approach with fanboys is let LeBron James do whatever he wants, be as disgusting as he wants, and don't ever question it, because if you question shitty behavior, then you're a hater. Now, with Trump and the whole Trumpy-dumpy party, members of the media, the press, journalists, aren't even allowed to ask basic questions. They're not mean, they're not disrespectful, they don't say, hey, you're a piece of trash, blah, 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 blah. And yet, both he and Hegseth stands out. Hegseth got asked a very, very, very good question. Not even a tough question, just a basic, hey, isn't that not allowed? What's he do? He plays the victim card. You know, it's people like you that hurt our country. You're the enemy within. Translation, don't question us or you're not patriotic. Like, anyone who doesn't question their country is not patriotic. Anyone who doesn't care what their favorite basketball player does, how he wins, how he behaves, is not a real sports fan. You're a cult member. Trumpies are cult members. LeBron fanboys are cult members. Trumpies don't care about the future of this country, what's happening to this country. LeBron fans don't care about the future of the NBA, what's happening to the NBA. If there's anything that even remotely resembles pushback, Trump just walks out or shuts down an interview, calls people names. Everybody's fake news. Everybody is fucking fake news. Anyone who dares to even resemble actual news is instantly labeled as fake news. Anyone who does their fucking job instead of just going along with exactly whatever current form of corruption the Trump administration is engaged in. How dare you even ask a soft question? And Trump will, like a child, like a fucking child, belittle and call names instead of answering a basic question. And let me tell you, Trumpy dumpies, something. Democratic presidents didn't do that. If it was a tough question, they faced it. I'm sure Biden didn't answer all the questions very well. Obama answered them with grace and intelligence. But neither of them responded like a fucking child, claiming the victim card and belittling the press for acting like the fucking press. Or even hecklers in crowds. Obama handled hecklers in crowds with more dignity than Trump handles members of the press. Whose job it is, again, whose fucking job it is to ask questions. But not in the victimhood, corrupt Trump regime. No one even bothers to ask LeBron James anything remotely close to a real question anymore. It's a suck fest. It's a setup to compliment himself. LeBron, you were so fucking amazing yet again. How does this affect your mindset about what you're gonna do next? Nothing about any of his flaws, many to choose from, that took place on the floor. I mean, nothing even resembling journalistic integrity or sports writing. Podcasts, actual interview shows, no one pushes back at all. At all. In fact, the very shows themselves are scripted by LeBron James to ask the very questions he wants to be asked. What the fuck? What's the point of even tuning in for that? We all know what the content's going to be. I mean, he's been doing it for how long? Obviously, we remember the shop that he used as a platform to call himself the GOAT. And there have been several shows since then, and all of his different disgusting podcast co-hosts. And every single fucking one of them was used to try to explain away failure, even as he's playing. He's surrounded by yes men the same way that Trump is surrounded by yes men. They sit there and they laugh and they smile and they nod no matter what fucking nonsense and insanity comes out of his mouth. You fucking Trumpies. If a Democratic president tried to shut down the press and tried to shut down networks, different TV networks, different newspapers, because they dared to criticize or make fun of, you honestly think this is the first fucking president who's ever been the subject of jokes on late night TV shows? I mean, holy shit. I thought you guys called the left woke. Isn't victimhood part of that wokeness thing? You guys are the most woke of the woke. You are the ultimate victim card holders. You are shameless. Like your fucking president. Like LeBron James. Absolutely shameless. Man, when is the last time the press showed any balls whatsoever with LeBron James? Like, I can go back to the Miami days and remember when LeBron James actually got called for flopping and was asked about it after the game, and the guy says, "Did you?" Says, "What?" asked him to comment on the flop, and LeBron said some douchey shit like it is what it is. And the journalist said, "Did you earn it? The technical for flopping?" And LeBron scoffs at him and goes, "Stop it." That's not an answer, people. That's not an answer. That's pretending that the journalist was out of line. That's not a real answer. That's a fucking child's answer. That's a Trump answer. And what's sadder than any of it is that that's as close to pushing as I can even think of. That's as close to pushing LeBron James on reality that I can think of, and that goes all the way back to fucking Miami. But there's another element of this. It gets even darker. It gets even more depressing. It's the societal element. It is the collapse of intelligence, accountability, integrity. It's the use of words that don't mean anything, like claps back, shuts down, reveals the truth. These are used just relentlessly in social media. And if it's LeBron James, I'll see him act like a fucking child. Okay, how about when he lunged at a woman in the crowd, and I pointed that out when it happened, because he needed to feel better about himself, that he was being criticized by someone in the stands. And for most of us, that was unspeakably embarrassing and shameful for a grown man to feel the need to do that to any fan, much less a woman. And then you see fanboys celebrating it. LeBron James shuts down fan. Same thing with Trump. This goes way back. I think the first time I remember seeing this trend with Trumpies was all Diane Sawyer said was at the beginning of an interview, "Are you ready for some tough questions?" And Trump ends the interview. "Well, that's no way. That's no way to talk to me. That's no way." And fanboys of Trump, you're the same thing. You're the same fucking type of people. Fanboys are like, "Trump shuts down journalist." That's not shutting down journalists. That's being a fucking cowardly child. That's the way I would start an interview. I mean, you're sitting down with the president of the United States who's controversial, and it's 60 minutes, and you can't say, "Are you ready for some tough questions?" There better be fucking tough questions. Why else are people tuning in? For these suck-off fests? That's all we have now are suck-off fests. And Trump and LeBron are both so fucking corrupt that it's almost impossible to ask something without accidentally sounding like you're criticizing them, because every fucking thing they do is terrible. You basically can't ask them about their lives in any way, shape, or form without potentially crossing the line. And their response is, "Don't question me."